Hey, what's happening, y'all? I'm back at you just for another little bit of conversation, man. I don't know about you, but the market has been crazy. I'm talking about both cryptocurrency and the stock market. Some of y'all are on our group in the Black Investing, where we're just having a bunch of dialogue and conversations. We welcome you to give your input anytime you feel like it so we can have some good discussion around various topics. But one of the things that happened today, well, shoot, the last couple of days, man, the market has been doing some crazy fluctuations. We've seen stocks shoot through the roof like GameStop. Man, are y'all really checking out what's happened with GameStop? Out of all the companies, the corporations out there, GameStop and took off. I mean, yesterday we saw GameStop shoot up to what, $159. Then it dipped. We saw everybody selling off and it dropped all the way down to like in the 60s. And then today it shot up to like 349 or 329. I mean, crazy, right? Like, what is going on? And the same time that I'm looking at GameStop skyrocket, or as they say, to the moon, literally is shooting straight up. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. While I'm looking at that take place, I'm watching Squawk Box, man, and they're on there frustrated. I'm talking about the analyst is upset. They're talking about traditional investing. We're talking about pullbacks. We're talking about market corrections. And everyone is anticipating that GameStop is getting ready to fall based on what we saw the previous day. Like, hey, man, it's dropped down. We got investors out here right now that are looking at the stock market like they're going to the casino or to the horse track, laying bets, you know what I'm saying, on things. But just on all seriousness, y'all, I feel like there is a culture shift happening in investing. And that's why they are actually trying to get the SEC, to intervene and to create new policies. Because what is happening during this pandemic, you have way more people at home and a whole lot more people giving consideration to what they want to do with their money, their resources, and they are investing. And so what you'll hear a lot of people talking about right now is retail investors. Who are the retail investors? We are. We are the retail investors. We're retail investors because we're not necessarily using a financial planner or an advisor or going through a stock broker to make investments for us. Because now with technology, we have all of these platforms, right? Whether you're using something like Fidelity or TD Ameritrade or using something like Webull or Robinhood, right? There's a ton of platforms now for people to make investments in real time on their phones. And that's what's happening. You're literally seeing people making investments on their phone. But what's driving the market crazy right now is what I want you to remember is this term social capital, right? We live in an era where we now have social media and we see what people can do with social media. I was watching something last week. Matter of fact, Squawk Box had last week, The Rock was on Squawk Box, talking about a new energy drink that he's getting ready to release with his partners. And one of the things they talked about, how that was a part of their strategy, their business strategy, was leveraging The Rock's social media. And if you guys know anything about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock actually is one of the top social media. He has one of the biggest social media followings on Instagram that there is. Like, I'm talking about, this dude has millions upon millions upon millions. A perfect example of that would be what's the sister's name of the Kardashian, Jenner. With her makeup line, because she has so many followers, she became a billionaire because of social media. Well, I'm sharing all that with you guys so you can consider what's happening right now in the stock market. They're calling it the Reddit raiders, and they're talking about how Reddit is like basically Reddit rampage, and you're hearing them talking about these stock stampedes. Well, in Reddit, you have a bunch of folks that are in Reddit communities that are discussing where they want to put their investments. And they're saying that Reddit is intentionally having certain groups that have millions or 1.5 million followers. If you think about it, if you had 1 million people that were committed to investing, every day, and they were going to start moving their money in the same spaces, think about how much of an impact that would make on the market. And literally, they're all jumping in on stocks like GameStop, right? Old school mall, go get your video game, exchange your video game. Who would have thought that GameStop would be one of the biggest grossing or highest netting stocks over the last couple of weeks? I mean, I can go back and I remember GameStop was like $3. And I'm talking about less than 12 months ago. Like GameStop was $3 and $300+. That is insane, you guys. But we have to begin to tap in to various other platforms. I know we're reading the journals. I know that we're looking at Yahoo Finance, and we should. You need to understand, do your research, do your due diligence as far as studying, the stock, what's a good company, especially for your growth fund, for your long term. But this short game, we're going to have to begin to make some pivots, man, and change our navigation to tap into some of these social platforms to see what is trending, right? It's just like Elon Musk, I guess last week, he threw out the wrong name of a text or of a stock company, and people went and started investing in the stock company because millennials and Gen Zers, they think Elon Musk is the coolest CEO. So they follow just him sending out a tweet. They hop on it. I saw something the other day in one of my platforms that said Elon Musk says you ought to look at this company. Before you know it, that stock after market, when the stock market was closed, began to rise like crazy. Now, is this the traditional way of investing? No, it isn't. Is there still going to be corrections to the market? Yes, there is. But if you're in it for the short game, you may want to leverage your approach to how you're doing investing. At least begin to give yourself the freedom to listen and learn from some of these other spaces, because obviously they're working. And you may think it's horrible. You may think it's a bad decision, but the industry and investing strategy as we know it is changing. We're in a new era, y'all, and we got to catch up. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that. Leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, and let me know what you think.